Sunday, May the 5th, not the 6th. I don't know why I was off a day, but, because, May the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th. I guess the 4th was yesterday. I don't know. Somehow I had it in my head that today was that the 5th had already happened and the 6th was today, and I don't know. This is why I look at my phone multiple times to make sure that I have the date correct. Because otherwise I don't. But it is the 5th, Revenge of the 5th, whatever. I just saw somebody post online. Of course, it's, what'd they say? Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, too. Because they were watching, I don't know, some kind of Star Wars and having Taco Bell. So they were mixing everything together. I've just been sleeping. I mean, we know that. I did get the dishes done because, well, I was on my last bowl and I needed to wash my my air fryer basket anyway. But I think I'm gonna have to call maintenance. Because I tried to, I never use my garbage disposal, but there was one time where it wouldn't spin or whatever, and I'm like, I don't use it anyway, it's no big deal. But like something had gotten clogged in there, and actually one of the times I used, and I'd already started the dishwasher, and it's like, well, I need to get this stuff washed, so fingers crossed this doesn't happen. But whatever got clogged in there or whatever, it actually backed up my dishwasher. And I was just sitting in here, and all of a sudden I heard like running water. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? That was my dishwasher leaking onto the fucking floor in the kitchen. And I grabbed towels, I grabbed my dirty work shirts and just threw them on the floor to, soak up all the water that was there. So, I opened the dishwasher really quick to get it to stop, and I'm like, no more. But yeah, they had to come in and unplug something, and that's what last time, because I remember something about my, but I never use it. I never use my garbage disposal, but it's just kind of spinning, or, well, not spinning, I guess, because the guy told me to every once in a while just like put some ice down it or something, and I was doing that at one point, but I stopped doing it, and now apparently my garbage disposal is backed up, so probably gonna have to have them come unclog that for me, so that one of these times I go to use my dishwasher, it doesn't leak all over the floor again. So I don't know if there's something I can do for it. I don't know, but yeah, I guess that's what maintenance is for, right? Come, and now all of my dishes are clean. I'll have all but one of my bowls is clean, so I won't have to do dishes again for a while. I washed both of my plates, and I actually just did laundry. I actually just did dishes recently, because I was washing something else. I think I was washing up some of Mom's stuff or something, some of her bowls that she'd given me, or whatever. So she didn't end up coming down this weekend, obviously, I guess. But we were discussing plans next weekend, so I don't know if she's coming down here or I'm going to go down to her house, whatever. Of course, at least next time, if I go down to her house next weekend, it won't be like a house full of people. But I might be filming in her car again. So I can have a quiet place to where I won't be bothering anybody answering your question. Well, I guess I wouldn't. Well, I guess it depends on if I go down Saturday or... I probably wouldn't go down Friday. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But speaking of questions, let's answer today's, the 5th, not the 6th. Are you ashamed of anything? Well, I guess, we've discussed the situation with my friend and how I kind of wish I'd handled that differently. So I wish I'd been honest up front and just, hurt her with the truth rather than, trying to save her feelings, because in the end I didn't anyway. I just, made it worse, I guess, So being upfront with my friend would have been a good move. I wish I'd handled that differently. I'm sure there would probably be other things if I could think of it. But I don't know. That's the best answer off the top of my head. While I sit here and think. But yes, at least the the dishwashing is done, because I started the dishwasher and I was like, because it makes a bunch of noise because it's a dishwasher. At least this one does. I mean, maybe some of the newer ones are quieter. I don't know, but this one makes a lot of noise, and it's kind of like, well, guess I'll guess I'll wait to answer today's question until it's over, and it just got over a little while ago. I could actually tell it's raining right now, or at least it was, and I could tell because Minxie slinked off the back of the couch, and now she's on the floor, like cowering down there, or just kind of curled up on the floor by my feet. Well, my foot, because my other foot's up here, but. That didn't really help me think of anything else. So I thought if I took some time and just talked about something else for a minute, because sometimes your mind will wander in the background, like lag or a load screen in the background while you're talking about something else, and it'll make you think of something else that maybe you're trying to answer a question in terms of that. I guess I don't do much, I guess. Like, I go to work, I come home, I sleep. I mean, I guess that's about it. I don't really do. I don't live much life, I guess people might say. I don't put myself out there very much to do many things that I'm ashamed of, or whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of situations happen, and it's like, I mean, there's some people, I guess, it's been a while, but it's like they would probably say that, I should be ashamed of having my house foreclosed upon, but, whatever. Like, we've discussed how I'm a bad adult, and, like, I didn't ask to be put in this situation, by the way. But, like, I didn't ask to be an adult. I didn't ask to be bored. So, I'm a bad adult. I make bad decisions. I probably should be ashamed of that. Like, then I wouldn't have to be working 2 jobs right now to try to pay off loans and stuff that I've accrued, trying to, make things work and whatnot. But, it is what it is. It's life. I don't know. I'm trying to fix it. I should have tried to fix it a long time ago, but I didn't, and that's my fault, and I only have me to blame for that, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should have went and fixed this problem a long time ago and got these loans paid off a long time ago before it snowballed, and then there was more, and then, I should have, but I didn't, and, only have myself to blame for that, so, but... Yeah, because I guess the way I look at it is it's just me. I mean, I have my cats, of course. I don't have a family that I'm trying to support. Like no one else feels the brunt of the consequences of my decisions, but me. so like getting loans and getting deeper in debt and digging the hole deeper and whatever. Like, it's not like I'm hurting anybody else. You know what I mean? I'm only hurting myself. So it's like, and I figure like, I'll figure it out one of these days. It'll work itself out one of these days. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm trying. I don't want to get a third job. I don't want to get a third part-time job, but so we'll work it out. We'll work it out one way or another. It'll get there. I don't know when. Sometime. And like I said, in the meantime, the only person who's suffering is me. So, I don't have to really worry about anybody else, feeling guilty because I'm bringing someone else down with me. You know what I mean? It's just me. So, and I guess I'm not that concerned about myself. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, but, and Minxie, of course, but there's nothing I can do for her today. She hates thunderstorms. She hates storms. She hates when it rains and stuff. So she just kind of lays on the floor until it's over, and then she gets back up and she's Minx again, you know. But anyway. That's about, I mean, I guess most recent. There was one time way back in high school, I can't remember what trip it was on. There was some class trip we took or whatever. And there was this one person, she followed us around the whole time, because I guess she didn't have anyone else to follow around or whatever. And I don't think any of us said like one word to her while she was, because it was just kind of like, me and my friends, like, now I'm someone like I will try to include other people in the discussion or whatever, but we just kind of, we just kind of ended up with her because, she didn't have anyone else to follow around. She didn't have any other friends. She didn't have any other people she knew, I guess, or, liked, whatever, or anybody else liked her or wanted her hanging around or whatever, so we ended up with her, following us, whatever. I can't even remember where it was, what we were doing. It was some class trip. But yeah, I don't think any of us said one word to her the entire time we were at this trip, and now I would try to, like I said, include her more so than, more so than we did, which was not at all, which was very rude. So I guess I'm a little ashamed of that. I mean, I don't know if we hurt her feelings or not, or if she just kind of, was happy to have somebody to follow around, whatever it was we were doing. I don't know, but so that's something that I should have done differently way back in the day. I don't know. There's probably more if I would stop and think about it longer. Kind of like what was the other question the other day? I'm like, well, there'd probably be more if I would stop and think about it. but but yeah, I guess that's two things that I wish I had done differently in my entire life. So I guess I wish I hadn't been such a like when I first came down here to go to college, I was I was very shy individual. I didn't want to. I mean, still, I guess I don't really want to get out of my comfort zone, my safety bubble, whatever. But definitely, like, the person I was before I learned a little bit more independence. I suppose I'm ashamed of that individual, because it's like, I mean, I didn't want to go. Like, I could have been the person that was following other people around because, they didn't have anyone else to hang out with. But I mean, luckily I had, Robert, Bobby was probably there. I don't know what year this was. Because my friend Jason did come back and was, for our senior year, but I don't remember if this trip was in our senior year or whatever. But it was probably me and Robert and maybe Bobby. There was somebody else there other than this, this other person. But I don't know, like, I could have been, because, like, I followed Robert around, that's part of the reason that I came to college down here. I'd also been at this campus for Boys State, so I kind of was familiar with the campus. I wasn't really familiar with the area, because, I mean, it's not like, we really got much of a chance to explore, not that I would have, you know, back in the day, I didn't really start venturing out into the town until, you know, Robert left it. So, because I still had him as my like security blanket, my safety blanket, at the time. Because I mean, even though he got married and moved off campus for a year, like he was still, you know, here. Like I was still, like they, you know, they invite me over for dinner once a week, whatever. So it's like I mean, I still had them to, you know, hang out with every once in a while. And I mean, so, you know, I got to where I was going to anime club, and you know, I almost didn't. Well, I think that was Wizards of the Midwest. Like I was almost to the Union that night, and I almost like turned around and went home just because I was so scared of like meeting new people and getting out of my safety bubble and, you know, that kind of thing. And I mean, still, you know, if I were to start a new job, or if I were, you know, going new places and whatever, or being around people that I don't know that well, I could still be fairly, you know, fairly quiet. Like I said, I've discussed how I'm more the wallflower in certain situations, where I just kind of sit around and, you know, enjoy, I guess, being, you know, amidst people, but not interacting with them, maybe. Like, I don't know. So I can still be, like, reserved in certain situations. Whatever. But definitely back then, you know, definitely back then I didn't try to get out of my comfort zone very much at all. And, you know, now I guess I do more myself. Like I go to the movies by myself. I go to, you know, and I mean that's something that I didn't do before, because it was like, you know, I don't know. I don't know why I never did that, because it's like I didn't really want to interact, you know, or you know, I was scared to interact with new people. Like I said, get out of my comfort zone, whatever. I guess going to movies alone was getting out of my comfort zone too. Maybe, I don't know. Like being out in public where people are. I don't know. And I don't know why I didn't just do things on my own. I guess I'd never thought of that as a possibility. Like, you know, I guess everybody always goes out with their friends and whatever, and people don't really go out themselves and take themselves out on dates and whatever. It's like you're usually like when you go out, you're going out with other people, your friends. You know, maybe it's a, you know, a blind date, or you know, you've met on, you know, well, of course now you have things like Tinder and like I don't. That's not real. That's, for my understanding of it, that's not really for dating. That's just more like hookups, not like, you know, hanging out and going and doing something, whatever, meeting new people, meeting new friends, whatever. So I don't know. Like I guess we're trained to be social butterflies, even if we don't want to be. So like doing something on your own just seems like beyond the pale or whatever. I don't know. So it just never occurred to me to like do things by myself, I guess. Maybe I wanted that security blanket. Maybe that's, you know, like I didn't want to go out in the world by myself. I just wanted, you know, to hide behind Robert and whatever, or, you know, like have him at my. And then of course I quickly learned that that was not the case. Like, you know, that one of those first nights, like I was about to starve myself because I didn't want to go to the dining hall alone. You know, I had to quickly learn and adapt that, like, hey, you know, Robert can't be your security blanket all the time. You know, this is stupid. Go get food. You know, and of course we know how I like food now. Like, I don't know if I was as, you know, I mean, adventurous back. Of course, I didn't really have the money to, you know, the DoorDash wasn't a thing either. But I guess, you know, you could, you know, I mean, I remember Robert getting, oh, it was a sandwich place. God, what was the name of that sandwich place that he used to, he'd get a toasted sub from every once in a while. Oh, shit. I never got a chance to try it because they left town before, you know, before I did anything like that, whatever. Of course, I guess I was busy buying things on eBay, buying collectibles and all that sort of. That's where all my money was going to back in the day. What little money I had working at the computer lab doing my work study program. Yeah, I was buying more collectibles and things like that, and probably movies and, you know, all that sort of thing, instead of like having food delivered. Ah, man, I wish I could remember the name of that sandwich place. It doesn't matter. I don't even know if it exists anymore. I think it was maybe a small, maybe local franchise. Um, so there might be some of them still around. I don't know, but I don't know. Um, so yeah, I don't know why it never occurred to me to like do things by myself, but I'd never, because I was scared of the world, I guess. So, um, and I'm glad that I'm no longer scared of the world. I'm just too lazy now. Like I thought about going to the movies, you know, like 2 weeks ago, when Abigail was still showing, or like going to see Tarot this week. Like, I kind of wanted to go see him, but then I was kind of like, and I put on pants and leave the house. Like, maybe when I go back to working one job, um, you know, it's like maybe I'll be a little less lazy then. It's because it's like I'm not like on the go all the time, but sometimes it's nice to just sit and relax and not do anything, just be a bump on a log, you know. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of that. You know, there's no shame in like slowing down and like just being worthless, being useless for a little while. You know, like, I don't know, you know, most of our lives are like, you know, I mean, I don't have a family, but you know, taking care of family, doing a job, whatever. Like, you're important for so much. For other people, I guess. It's kind of like, sometimes it's just nice to, like, there's nothing wrong with like sitting down and like relaxing, just scrolling through Facebook mindlessly. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. Like, that's basically my whole life when I get home anyway. You know, like, I don't know, so many people are like, I have to do something all the time. I have to be doing, like, I have to be, you know, cleaning the house, or I have to be like working in my garden, or I have to be like, you know, I don't know, just like go, do things. And it's like, sometimes it's okay to just like sit down and, you know, kind of take yourself out of the world for a while and recoup, you know, because it's like, you're on the go for so much, just so much. No, it's okay, just sit down, relax. It's okay. Nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. You know, I remember there was something, I think it was in that group, that Facebook group that I'm in, something about view from your window or whatever, and it was a parent, it was a mom, and she was showing us like, I guess it was like a room in her attic or something, where she would go up and she would sit sometimes just to kind of enjoy the silence away from the family, and she felt guilty about it, and everybody was, you know, like kind of reassuring her, like, no, like, you know, kids are a lot. That's why I don't want any. You know, like, like, kids are a lot of responsibility, like, all the time. Sometimes it's nice to just have our own space and get away and just decompress. Like, you know, get away from, like, you don't have to be 110% for your kiddos, like, all the time. Like, sometimes, like, you know, go out by yourself, enjoy some time away, like, you know, enjoy you for a little while, you know, just get out, have some freedom, have some breathing space. Like, that's what my entire life is, breathing space. You know, like, I don't have a family, I don't have kids, I don't have a significant other, I don't have, you know, I have a job, I have work, I have to go do that. But, you know, I don't know. So there's sometimes people are ashamed of things that I don't feel like they should be. You know, because it's like, you got to take time for yourself. You know, you got to take a breather sometimes. You know, just like, enjoy. Like, I need a vacation from my vacation when I get back from a little trip. Like, I don't want to go right back to work, even if it's just like a little weekend thing. like, you know, Marilee, Sean, and I do. It's like, I like to take a couple extra days off and like not go right back to work. Just kind of enjoy being useless for a little while, you know. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. So I don't feel like you should feel anything wrong with it either. You know, if you need time, take time. Like, life is a lot, and it sucks, and it's like, just, if you need a little you time, take a little you time, you know, take a bath, whatever, get out of the house, just enjoy as much as you can, as much as you're allowed to, you know, because the bills ain't gonna stop coming, and you ain't gonna have to stop working that job to pay those fucking bills. So anytime you can enjoy life, fucking do it. You know, it's just like I talk about, you know, that weekend in Branson and spending $600, and it's like, I mean, I probably shouldn't have done it, but I have memories that I wouldn't have had otherwise. You know, like, that's important too. Like, making memories, and it, like, life can't just be all about the 40-hour work week and fucking paying bills. Good Lord. I'd throw myself off a fucking bridge in 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. You gotta enjoy it. Enjoy it as well. So, enjoy it. I mean, even if, like, like I said, going out and doing things or just, sitting in a dark room, scrolling mindlessly through Facebook and just kind of like turning the brain off for a little while and just kind of like, just be useless. Just be useless. It's fine. I'm useless most of the time, so nothing wrong. I see nothing wrong with it. I absolve you of any guilt. Go enjoy yourself. Do what you need to do. But anyway, that's that, I suppose. And so that's that. That's today's question. Tomorrow will be the 6th. So we'll discuss the 6th on the 6th. And I'll see you for what I see you.